the Wall Street Journal is reporting that China is trying to rewrite the rules, not just of the internet in China, but all over the world. Now, we know that the Republican Party is largely in bed with the whole China business thing, right? Republicans have championed legislation. Virtually all of the so-called free trade agreements have been pushed overwhelmingly by Republicans and only marginally supported by Democrats, even though, you know, some of the largest ones were signed by a Democratic president. It was over the opposition of his own party. That was, you know, Bill Clinton. And I would predict the same would happen with Barack Obama. The Democratic Party as a whole is saying no to this stuff. So the Republicans are all in with China being the factory floor of America and Americans no longer having good paying manufacturing jobs. Are the Republicans also all in with China rewriting the rules of the internet so that big corporations or big governments, in the case of China, actually the two are interchangeable. Many of the very, very large corporations in China are state-owned or partially state-owned industries, and all of them exist with the sanction of the state. Now, American corporations exist with the sanction of the state as well. You have to file incorporation papers with the Secretary of State in the state in which you're incorporating. But that has... oh, that's interesting. Just got bumped out of the chat room. Hope our internet's still working. I'm back in. Okay. That has some, significant consequences. And so, it's really sort of a rhetorical question, because if you look at the Republican, right now, various Republican or Republican-aligned groups have filed at least 10 lawsuits to overturn net neutrality here in the United States. Now, net neutrality basically means that the government has no control over the internet other than to say that individual internet service providers can't get between you and the website that you want to look at. That's it. I mean, there's an exception, I believe, for child porn, and there may be an exception for national security, but frankly, I don't think so. People are having no problem finding ISIS websites and things, if the news stories are to be believed, and I think that they probably are. But this James Aretti, writing in the Wall Street Journal, as social media helped topple regimes in the Middle East and Northern Africa, a senior colonel in the People's Liberation Army of China publicly warned that an internet dominated by the U.S. threatened to overthrow China's Communist Party. Yi Zheng, and a Chinese researcher writing in the state-run China Youth Daily, said the internet represented a new form of global control, and the U.S. was a shadow presence during some of these popular uprisings. But Beijing had better pay attention. The fight for net neutrality is far from over here in the United States, because Republicans and the corporations who own them are working very, very aggressively to be able to allow internet service providers like Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, and the like to be able to say to you, yeah, your basic internet service, $35 a month. But if you want news sites, that's an extra $10 a month. If you want to stream video like on YouTube or Netflix, that's an extra $20 a month. If you want to go to porn sites, that's an extra $30 a month. And whenever you try to hit any of those sites without having paid those extra fees, you'll get a blocked message. Sorry, you haven't paid your fee. It's just like on cable TV. If you try to go to Showtime or HBO and you haven't paid the premium for them, then you get this message. Sorry, you haven't paid for this. This is what the Republicans want. And, well, it's what the corporations who own the Republicans want, which is why the Republicans are working for it, and it's consistent with all those kind of things.